Hello and welcome to Better English Step by Step. This is your calm, long-form English learning podcast. My name is Sarah, and I am here to help you slow down, take a deep breath, and really understand how English works.
And I am Mark. I am here to practice with you. Together, we are going to move away from fast, stressful lessons and instead focus on clear, steady progress. We believe that to truly learn a language, you need time. You need to hear natural sentences, you need to understand the logic behind them, and most importantly, you need to repeat them until they feel like your own words.
Today, we have a very special episode for you. We are going to talk about your mind. We are going to talk about how you think.
That sounds interesting, Sarah. But when we talk about thinking, don't we just use the verb to think?
That is exactly the problem, Mark. Many learners, even advanced ones, get stuck in a trap. They say, I think for everything. I think this is true. I think I understand. I think I found the answer. I think he is lying. It becomes repetitive. It makes your English sound a little bit flat. But in your head, your thoughts are complex. You have moments of sudden understanding. You have moments of curiosity. You have moments of doubt.
I see what you mean. We have complex thoughts, but we use simple words to express them.
Exactly. So today, for the next hour, we are going to upgrade your internal monologue. We are going to practice the specific verbs that describe how your brain works. We will look at words like realize, notice, wonder, figure out, suspect, and doubt. By the end of this session, you won't just say what you think. You'll be able to describe exactly how you are thinking.
That sounds like a great goal. I am ready to expand my vocabulary.
Wonderful. Before we begin, make sure you are comfortable. You can listen to this while you are commuting, doing chores, or just relaxing on the sofa. If you enjoy this calm way of learning, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future deep dives into English fluency. Are you ready, Mark?
I am ready. Let's start with our first group of words.
Our first section focuses on the click moments. These are the moments when information enters your brain. We are going to look at the difference between two very common verbs, notice and realize.
This is a common confusion. Students often use them interchangeably, but they mean different things.
They do. Let's start with notice. To notice something is physical. It is sensory. It involves your eyes, your ears, or your skin. You notice something because you see it or hear it.
So, for example, if I walk into a room and I see that the window is open, I noticed it.
Exactly. You didn't do any deep thinking. Your eyes just saw the window. Let's practice this feeling first. I want you to imagine you are walking down a street. You are just observing the world. Listen to these sentences and then repeat them after Mark. We will go slowly.
I noticed a new shop on the corner. I noticed a new shop on the corner.
I noticed that he was wearing a blue tie.
I noticed that he was wearing a blue tie.
Did you notice the strange noise?
Did you notice the strange noise?
Good. So notice is about observation. Now let's talk about realize. To realize is mental. It happens inside your brain. It is the moment when you understand something or when you remember something important. It is like a light bulb turning on in your head. So going back to the window example, I notice the window is open because I see it, but I realize that it might be cold inside because of that.
Perfect example. Noticing is seeing the window. Realizing is understanding the consequence. Or perhaps you are walking to the bus stop. You touch your pocket. It is empty. You realize you forgot your keys. You don't see the keys. You understand the situation. That is a very clear distinction. Let's practice realize. This is for moments of sudden understanding.
I realized I had made a mistake.
I realized I had made a mistake.
She realized she was late for the meeting.
She realized she was late for the meeting.
I didn't realize how tired I was.
I didn't realize how tired I was.
Very good. Now let's try a little exercise to mix them up. I will describe a situation. Mark, you tell me if you would use notice or realize.
Okay, I'm ready.
Situation 1. You look at your friend. You see she got a haircut. Her hair is shorter.
I noticed she got a haircut because I saw it with my eyes.
Correct. Situation 2. You are driving to work. Suddenly you remember that it is Saturday and you don't have work today.
I realized it was Saturday. That is a thought, a sudden memory.
Exactly. Situation 3. You are sitting in a cafe. You hear a song playing in the background that you love.
I noticed the song playing. I heard it with my ears.
Perfect. Situation 4. You are cooking dinner. You taste the soup. You understand that you forgot to add salt.
I realized I forgot the salt.
You've got it. And for our listeners, try to feel that difference. Notice is the senses. Realize is the mind. Now let's step it up a little bit. There is a phrasal verb that is very similar to realize, but it feels even more sudden. It is the phrase to dawn on me. It dawned on me. That is a beautiful phrase. It comes from the word dawn, like the sunrise. When the sun comes up, the light arrives. Yes, when something dawns on you, the understanding arrives slowly and then suddenly becomes clear. We usually use this for big realizations or facts that we should have known earlier. The grammar structure is usually, it dawned on me that. Let's practice this structure. It is slightly more advanced, but it sounds very natural. It finally dawned on me that he was lying. It finally dawned on me that he was lying. It suddenly dawned on me where I had seen him before. It suddenly dawned on me where I had seen him before. Has it ever dawned on you that we might be lost? Has it ever dawned on you that we might be lost? Excellent. So we have noticed for seeing, realize for understanding, and it dawned on me for those big moments of clarity. This is already much better than just saying I think or I see. Let's move to our second section. This is about the search moments. The search moments? Yes, these are the times when you don't know the answer yet. Your brain is looking for it. You are curious. The most important verb here is wonder. I love the verb to wonder. It is very versatile. We use it for curiosity, but we also use it to be polite. Exactly. Let's look at curiosity first. To wonder means to ask yourself a question. If you say, I wonder why the sky is blue, it means I am asking myself, why is the sky blue? You don't need to ask another person. It is an internal question. It is a great way to express uncertainty without sounding confused. It sounds thoughtful. Let's practice the structure I wonder, followed by a question word like who, what, where, when, or why. Listen to the rhythm. We don't say, I wonder where is he? We say, I wonder where he is. The word order changes back to a normal sentence. That is a very common mistake. Let's practice the correct word order. I wonder where he is. I wonder where he is. I wonder why she didn't call. I wonder why she didn't call. I wonder what time the movie starts. I wonder what time the movie starts. I wonder how much it costs. I wonder how much it costs. Great. Now, we also use wonder with the word if. This is when the answer is yes or no. I wonder if it will rain. This is very useful for future plans or possibilities. Let's practice I wonder if. I wonder if it will rain tomorrow. I wonder if it will rain tomorrow. I wonder if they are still at home. I wonder if they are still at home. I wonder if I should call him. I wonder if I should call him. Now, Mark mentioned that wonder is also used for politeness. This is a secret weapon for English learners. If you want to ask someone to do something, but you don't want to be direct, you can use the past continuous form. I was wondering if. This is extremely common in business English or when speaking to strangers. Instead of saying, can you help me? You say, I was wondering if you could help me. It softens the request. It makes you sound very gentle and respectful. Let's practice this polite structure. I was wondering if. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I was wondering if you are free this weekend. I was wondering if you are free this weekend. I was wondering if I could borrow your pen. I was wondering if I could borrow your pen. I was wondering if you had a moment to talk. I was wondering if you had a moment to talk. Feel the difference? It is much softer than do you have a moment. It is less aggressive. So wonder is for asking questions, but what happens when we find the answer? That brings us to our next verb, figure out. Figure out. This is one of my favorite phrasal verbs. It is very similar to understand or solve, but there is a nuance. To figure out implies a process. It means you had to think about it, maybe struggle a little bit, and then you found the solution. Right. If someone tells you the answer, you didn't figure it out. You just heard it. But if you have a math problem and you work on it for 10 minutes and then you get the answer, you figured it out. It is about the effort. We use it for problems, for puzzles, and for difficult situations. Let's practice using figure out in the past tense to show a completed achievement. I finally figured out the answer. I finally figured out the answer. We need to figure out a solution to this problem. We need to figure out a solution to this problem. I can't figure out how to use this machine.
I can't figure out how to use this machine. Did you figure out what was wrong with your car? Did you figure out what was wrong with your car? It took me a long time to figure it out. It took me a long time to figure it out. Notice that we often use figure it out when the object is already known. It represents the problem. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. This is a very comforting phrase to say to a friend who is stressed. Yes, it means we will find a solution together.
Now, be careful not to confuse figure out with find out. Mark, what is the difference?
To find out usually means to get information. Usually you get it from outside. You look it up in a book or someone tells you. I found out the train leaves at 5. I didn't calculate it, I just checked the schedule.
Exactly. Figure out is internal processing. Find out is external discovery. Let's do a quick comparison drill. I will say a sentence with the wrong verb, and Mark, you correct me.
Okay, let's try.
I looked at the map and figured out the name of the street.
I would say I looked at the map and found out the name of the street, because the map told you didn't solve a puzzle.
Correct. Next one. The math test was hard, but I found out the answer by calculating it.
I would say I figured out the answer, because you calculated it. It was a process.
Perfect. So use wonder when you have the question and figure out when you solve the problem. These are the verbs of a thinking mind. We are halfway through our session. You are doing great. Remember, you don't need to memorize these all at once. The goal is to get used to the sound of them. If you are enjoying this lesson, take a second to click the like button. It helps other learners find this calm practice space. Now let's move to section 3, the doubt moments. This is for when you are not sure or when you don't believe something. We have 2 major verbs here, doubt and suspect. These 2 words are fascinating because they are almost opposites, even though they both deal with uncertainty. Let's start with doubt. When you say, I doubt it, you are being negative. You mean, I don't think so. You think the probability is low. If I say, I doubt it will rain, I am saying, I don't expect rain. I think it will be sunny.
Exactly. Learners often say, I think no. I think he will not come. That is okay, but I doubt he will come is much more natural. It sounds stronger and more confident.
Let's practice the phrase, I doubt that, followed by a sentence. I doubt that is true.
I doubt that is true.
I doubt he will arrive on time.
I doubt he will arrive on time.
I doubt we can finish this by tomorrow.
I doubt we can finish this by tomorrow.
I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
Highly doubt is a great collocation. It means you are very sure it won't happen. Now let's look at suspect. Suspect is different. When you suspect something, you have a feeling that it is true. You don't have proof yet, but your intuition says yes.
So if I say I suspect it will rain, I am saying I think it is going to rain.
Yes. Compare them. I doubt he is lying equals I think he is telling the truth. I suspect he is lying equals I think he is lying.
That is a big difference. Suspect is often used for negative things, like crimes or secrets, but it can also be used for neutral things. It just means I have a theory.
Let's practice suspect. I suspect he is hiding something.
I suspect he is hiding something.
I suspect we are going the wrong way.
I suspect we are going the wrong way.
She suspects that the battery is dead.
She suspects that the battery is dead.
So doubt pushes the idea away. Suspect pulls the idea closer. There is one more phrase for this section. It's for when you are really unsure. You are oscillating between 2 choices. It is the verb hesitate. To hesitate means to pause before you act. You wait because you are not sure. You can hesitate to speak, hesitate to move, or hesitate to make a decision. We often use this to describe that feeling of being stuck. I hesitated because I was scared. Let's practice hesitate in the past tense. I hesitated before I answered the phone. I hesitated before I answered the phone. Don't hesitate to ask for help. Don't hesitate to ask for help. He hesitated for a moment, then he agreed. He hesitated for a moment, then he agreed. I shouldn't have hesitated.
I shouldn't have hesitated.
Hesitation is that physical pause caused by your mental doubt. It is a very descriptive verb for storytelling. We have covered a lot of ground. We have moved from simple thoughts to complex processes. We have looked at noticing versus realizing. We have looked at wondering and figuring things out. And we have looked at doubting and suspecting. Now it is time to put it all together. We are going to do a long shadowing exercise.
I am going to tell a short story. It is a story about a decision, a theme we know is important. I want you to listen to how I use all these verbs together to describe my internal state. First, just listen to the story. Relax and pay attention to the verbs. Here is the story.
I was sitting in my office when I noticed an email in my inbox. It was a job offer from a company in London. At first, I just stared at it. Then I realized what it meant. It meant moving to a new country. I started to wonder if I could actually do it. I wondered if I would be happy there. I hesitated to reply immediately. I suspected it would be a difficult change, but I also suspected it would be an adventure. I couldn't figure out what to do. I doubted that my current boss would be happy, but I knew I needed to grow. Finally, it dawned on me. If I didn't go, I would regret it. So I figured out the logistics and I said yes. That is a great story. It captures the whole process of making a choice. Did you hear the verbs? Noticed, realized, wondered, hesitated, suspected, figured out, dawned on me. Now we are going to break this story down. You are going to repeat it after Mark, sentence by sentence. Try to copy his intonation, copy the pauses, feel the meaning of the verbs as you say them. Are you ready? Let's shadow. I was sitting in my office when I noticed an email in my inbox. I was sitting in my office when I noticed an email in my inbox. At first, I just stared at it. At first, I just stared at it. Then I realized what it meant. Then I realized what it meant. It meant moving to a new country. It meant moving to a new country. I started to wonder if I could actually do it. I started to wonder if I could actually do it. I wondered if I would be happy there. I wondered if I would be happy there. I hesitated to reply immediately. I hesitated to reply immediately. I suspected it would be a difficult change. I suspected it would be a difficult change. But I also suspected it would be an adventure. But I also suspected it would be an adventure. I couldn't figure out what to do. I couldn't figure out what to do. I doubted that my current boss would be happy, but I knew I needed to grow. But I knew I needed to grow. Finally, it dawned on me. Finally, it dawned on me. If I didn't go, I would regret it. If I didn't go, I would regret it. So I figured out the logistics, and I said yes. So I figured out the logistics, and I said yes. Well done. That was a long sequence. Take a deep breath. You just navigated a complex psychological process in English. You didn't just say, I thought about it and said yes. You painted a picture of your mind. This is the power of specific vocabulary. It allows you to share your humanity. It allows you to connect with other people on a deeper level. When you tell a friend, I hesitated, they understand your fear. When you say, it dawned on me, they understand your excitement. We are coming to the end of our hour together. You have done excellent work today. It is not easy to focus on these nuances, but you stuck with it. I want to give you a small challenge for the rest of the day. I want you to be a thought detective. Yes, a thought detective. For the next few hours, I want you to catch yourself every time you are about to say the words, I think. Stop, pause, and ask yourself, can I be more specific? Am I wondering? Am I suspecting? Did I just realize something? Am I trying to figure something out? Try to swap I think for one of the new verbs we learned today. Even if you only do it once, it is a victory. It breaks the habit. Let's do a quick recap of our main stars today. Notice, seeing or hearing. Realize, understanding. Dawn on me, sudden, deep understanding. Wonder, asking yourself questions gently. Figure out, solving a problem through effort. Doubt, thinking something is not true. Suspect, thinking something is true, usually hidden. Hesitate, pausing because of uncertainty. These are your tools. Keep them in your pocket. Use them often. Thank you so much for studying with us today. We know you have many choices for learning English, and we appreciate that you chose to spend this time with us, step by step. If you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us create more long, relaxing lessons for you. And if you know a friend who is stuck saying, I think all the time, maybe share this episode with them. We will be back soon with another topic to help you build your confidence. Until then, keep wondering, keep figuring things out, and don't hesitate to practice. Goodbye for now. Goodbye.